I think all of you have read the constitution in your high school level studies, but you all of you yeah, everybody knows constitution, but it is better to know your rights. It is what are your rights. Yeah, every the citizen has to know, and Indian constitution guarantees all the rights to citizens. All citizens are equal in front of constitution. Constitution is the supreme law of the country, and all other laws derives uh, from the constitution only, and no law can be made against the constitution, and no state government or parliament can enact any law which affects the fundamental rights of the citizens. Fundamental rights are mentioned in the Indian constitution, and no other law should and affect the fundamental right of any citizen. That is the basic objective. Our constitution guarantees this, and our constitution is also a flexible constitution. It is amended many times, not like other constitutions like USA constitution or Australian constitution. USA constitution is the oldest constitution, but it almost it never amended. It is a rigid constitution, that is called. Almost not even 20 or 25 times they have amended, but 100 times, many times Indian constitution is amended. It is necessary because our Indian society is a transforming society. It is not a fully developed nation or a, but our country is a very diverse nation. Maybe changes are needed, like many amendments, like our society is transforming and many changes are occurring in our society for growing needs of the countries and citizens needs of the citizens. It has to be amended. The constitution is being amended, and recently this EWS reservations they have come. Earlier they have adopted OBC reservations. Earlier they have made only SC/ST reservations. Like what I want to say, the constitution is amended, otherwise how can they make these things? And it is required when social, as per the needs of the society, they are amending the constitution. And uh, Indian constitution, as per article 348, they can amend it, but basic structure cannot be changed. In case of Nanda Bharati case, they have decided basic structure of the constitution cannot be amended. It can be amended, but any, we can't repeal any article as it is. Any article can be amended. Articles of the constitution can be amended, but they can't remove any article. It can be substituted, it can be amended. That is the concept of the basic structure of the constitution. Basic structure cannot be changed. And I already told, it is the lengthiest constitution, and we have many provisions for it, for it uh, eh, the constitution mentions about our regarding the functioning of the government, not only rights of the citizens. We have federal government system, like center one government, and states also we have government, because we have many linguistic regions, many other uh, regional uh, differences are there. Linguistic differences, regional differences, many religions are there. India is having many religions than any other nation is having. India, all religions are being practiced. That's why the concept of secularism is introduced. Not Indian constitution promote any religion, or it will not discriminate any religion on the basis of religion, and that's why it is ours is a secular country, and India is a democratic country. We have every the decision is taken on democratic basis, and people are sovereign, people are supreme, and governments are elected by the people only, and elected representatives only, they can rule. We have legislature at the state level and the central level, and we have a bicameral system. Bicameral system means dual legislature in uh, state level also, assembly and council, and central level also Rajya Sabha, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. That is a dual parliament system, and we have uh, both nominal elected representative and elected directly elected representative. Nominal representative, President of India at the center, and no monarchy is ruled. That is the concept of republic. Republic means no monarch or no king or no queen will rule us. Only elected representative can be rulers. Like President of India is the indirectly elected representative, who is the head of the nation, state, and he is indirectly elected by state and uh, central legislators from states and parliament members. They elect the president of India, and we have elected governments at the state and center. We have parliament, Lok Sabha members are directly elected, and the cabinet ministers are responsible for the government, and legislations are made at the central level by the parliament in the Lok Sabha lower house, and in state level assembly, and any law made by the legislature is subject to judicial review. We have independent judicial system as per our constitution, and it is not like that. When any legislation made by the parliament or assembly, that is not the final authority. It has to be given assent by the president. Then only it will become act. Any bill passed in the parliament will become act after the assent of the government. But it is subject to judicial review. Judiciary will review. Recently, uh, uh, some legislations were challenged in the court, and court will is decided whether it is correct or right. Government will depend in the court too. And for judicial review also, there is a provision of revision of the petition also when um, legislation, when it is passed by the uh, any court to any law, any decision is made by the court, it is subject to review also. And the courts, lower courts, when any judgments passed, that is subject to judicial review by the upper court too. And apart from that, you know the fundamental rights, and you are guaranteed with fundamental rights, right? Right to freedom of speech and expression, freedom of liberty, freedom of right to life, freedom of legal remedies. And when you are affected, when your rights are affected, you will go to court, like high courts are protecting the fundamental rights. Like when suppose any, if your rights are affected, you will go for writ petition, any um, under article 36 or 226, 32, article 32, and article 226 in high court, article 32 in supreme court. You will file writ petition for uh, writ petition. Court will direct to give stay or to take you. Suppose if you are dismissed, then you will go to file a writ petition to stop your. Then court will order, and writ jurisdiction is there. That to whenever any fundamental rights are affected, rights of citizens are affected, uh, you can go for writ petition in the court to any high court or supreme court, uh, whenever rights are affected. This is the writ jurisdiction. Any many all the other citizens, like you are the public servants, you have also constitutional rights. You can't be dismissed by anybody. You under article 311, only your appointing authority can dismiss you. No other person cannot dismiss you. That is article 311 of the constitution says. And and no authority less than your appointing authority can dismiss you. And like our all India service officer, president of India is the appointing authority, and only president of India can only dismiss. Only central government only recommend, not state government also can't remove or dismiss. Or only they can only central government only recommend, and only president only can remove. Like your appointing authority only can dismiss you. In arbitrarily, nobody can dismiss you. And when your rights are affected, you can go to approach court under article 311. If suppose somebody dismisses you, this is the legal provisions. What I meant to say, constitutional provisions are there to protect the citizens for civil rights, protecting the civil rights of the citizens of India. And uh, many even we are getting environmental justice because of the constitution of India. Many judicial pronouncements were made because uh, many people's rights are affected under article 21. uh, Whenever anybody's right to life is affected, they can get judicial remedy under article 21. Many even pollution, many polluting rivers, pollution industries were closed because they were affecting the lives of people. Many uh, that is threatening the lives of people under article 21. And these courts also given judgments when to close down the polluting industries, and to pay compensation to the affected people. Uh, this is the many doctrines have come based on the constitutional provisions like polluter pays principle, precautionary principle. Any other any project which is endangering any lives, they have to take adequate precautions to prevent any tragedy for the lives of the people or um, any other flora. Even we are under Article 5, fundamental duties are also there. Apart from that, too, like Article 51A, fundamental duty, and it is the duty of every citizen to protect the wildlife and the nature and environment. Under it is fundamental duties are also there. Apart from fundamental rights, and fundamental duties mentions the duties for the citizens, what they are supposed to do. Uh, these are the important many futures, and it is uh, clearly mentioned in our constitution the powers of the states and the center. And center, it is now, it is only a federal government, and center is not superior. That's what they say. And so recently, some state governments like Tamil Nadu, they are saying that we can't call center as central government. We call it as a federal government. They say, but they mean that states are also equally powerful as per constitution, and center is the federation of the all states federal government, but it is not to over and above the state government. That's what they mean. And we can't call it as a federal government, they say it, instead of calling central government. And we have many other independent organizations like Comptroller and Auditor General of India, CAG, Election Commission, Information Commission. All these independent authorities under constitution they have created, they are independently working. Like Lokpal they have created, Lok Adalat they have created. They work independently under the constitution. Even the election commissioner, they have powers to independent. They work independently to exercise their powers, and they are not subject to control by central government or state government, whether central election commission or state election commission, and comptroller and auditor general of India, or information commissioner, or chief vigilance commissioner, central vigilance commission. All these bodies they work independently, and they are the statutory authorities under the Constitution of India. They have their own powers, irrespective of the legislature or judiciary or executive. No authority can control them. These election commission, central vigilance commission, and Central Information Commission, Comptroller and Auditor General, Lokpals, Lok Adalat, they have independent authorities under the Constitution. They can exercise their own powers. Uh, even say, election commissioner is supposed to even take action against prime minister also in case of violation any in the election process, because all citizens have only single vote system. We have only single citizenship, not like dual citizenship in some countries. Because all Indians are one only. We have only one single citizenship, not dual, no dual citizenship. Even though we have states and center, but India is a one nation, one citizenship only. We have only one right per because all citizens are equal before the law in as per the constitution. All persons can exercise only one vote only. No, it will not discriminate for while electing their representatives. Any citizen can exercise only one vote for electing their representatives. This is called single citizenship and single. Uh, these voting rights are equal to all citizens, irrespective of their status. It is the uh, these are the provisions related to election. And we have these judiciary, executive, legislature, all are independent bodies. These are the organs of the government. Legislature they make legislations only. Executive, we are like we are executives. Executives part of the government. We are the executives officers. We execute our independently as per the constitution, irrespective of the control by any elected representatives or legislature, or and legislature, the state level, the parliament, central level, the parliament, the assemblies, they make laws. And the legislature, they are also independent. Executive is independent, and judiciary is also independent. They pronounce judgments irrespective of the control by the executive or legislature. And this kind of government structure will enable the citizens to exercise their freedom and rights, and no one authority can control, or no one authority can uh, impose anything on others. Nobody will affect nobody will take the supremacy over the other organ of the government. Judiciary has its own powers, legislature has its own powers, executive has its own powers. Executive authorities, they have their own powers, and there is a balance is maintained as per the constitution. No authority can take, nobody can become a dictator like in Indian system. Like it is the democracy is strong. That's what unlike it is Pakistan, it is not like that. Anybody can topple the government and anybody can become a dictator in a single overnight. They become whoever is power in Pakistan. There is now one recently when somebody was telling that if they put the button in America, the government in Pakistan will be toppled. Like that, the prime minister will be changed. If America, they send some money to opposition parties and they will topple the government overnight. But in India, it is not like that. Our democratic system is strong. Our constitution is very strong. Our constitutional provisions are very prominent. Our this constitutional makers, like Dr. Ambedkar, Sardar Patel, Jawaharlal Nehru, Sham Prakash Mukherjee, other members who are from Tamil Nadu से कोई था constitution committee में था. I don't remember. All these are the members of the uh, constitution constituent assembly, draft constituent assembly. uh, ठीक है, बाद में बताइए. They have made a nice constitution. That's what I want to say. Strong and effective constitution, and no part can detach. We are maintaining perfect unity and integrity. We are such a diverse nation. We have so many languages, so many regions, so many religions, so many traditions, so many cultures. But our India is a very strong nation. We have strong unity, and no part of India can be uh, no cannot be detached from India. And in some countries they are, uh, and even UK also, Scotland is separate, Ireland is separate, and England is separate, United Kingdom they say, but everybody is independent. But our constitution is very strong. Nobody can detach from anybody. Even we can form states under Article 3. The Telangana was created under Article 3 of the constitution. Only states can be with very difficulty they can create new states, but no part of India can be removed or attached from our nation. Even though we have diverse, our unity and integrity is protected because of our constitution provisions only. Our constitution is very made in such a way that our unity and integrity is maintained perpetually forever. And India will be a united nation forever, and no rebellion can do anything. And such as our democracy is very strong, and we appreciate our constitution for making such a uh, prompt judicial, exhaustive and elaborate and detailed law, uh, single law. After the independent India, many laws were made by the Britishers before independence, but we have made such a constitution, beautiful constitution, and for our nation, and which is protecting the interests of all kinds of people, all sections of the people. Even though we have different regions, religions, even though some loopholes are there, but our constitution is very strong. Even though it is flexible, but I have said it is a flexible constitution, but even still it is a strong constitution because we can't change the basic structure of our constitution. That is the principle of our constitution. That's why we are ensuring justice, equality, liberty, and we are ensuring personal liberty and freedom. Everybody have freedom of expression, and everybody can express their ideas freely, not like in other countries where dictators or monarchs are ruling, or even democratic countries also their freedom of speech or expression is lacking in many countries. It is not like that, like West Asian countries or Central Asian, Middle Asian countries, Central Asian countries. The freedom of expression is not there. They say they are a democratic and developed, advanced society. But in India guarantees freedom of expression, freedom of religion. Everybody is practicing their own religion, customs, uh, their traditions. Everybody, that is guaranteed. All people are there promoting their cultures. Even minorities' rights are also protected. They are establishing their own educational institutions, colleges, schools, and they are promoting education, their language, their literature, their culture. They are promoting, but within the framework of our Indian constitution only. And they give freedom to everybody, but at the same time they protect the interest of the nation. And this is the beauty of our Indian constitution. And uh, regarding environmental justice also, we are lot of legislations are made based on the principles of our constitution, taking into effect. uh, Now I will conclude. Thank you, everybody. And if you want to say anything, can you please speak? I will give. Now I will give chance to everybody to speak. To tell anything they want to tell. Thank you.